So hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to talk about a tip that can help take your offense to the next level, and it's going to be centered around, if you couldn't guess from the title, the new position that EA went ahead and added this year. So we have this new position and we're just going to go up here, and it's shortened to GAD, but this is your gadget position. So I like putting a receiver here for this purpose, but you can get creative in your offense and try to figure out some things that you can do. But for the purpose of this, like, I have T. Higgins right here at receiver. But obviously, it could be in receiver. It would work. But I want to talk to you guys about personnel. So this one here, when it comes to personnel, we want to count the number of backs and we want to count the number of tight ends. So I form close. This is generally a 21 personnel formation. So we have two backs and then we have one tight end. But if I toggle over to that gadget at halfback, now I have one back and one tight end, which makes this 11 personnel. And what you can do with this, I really like doing this in short yardage situations. You can come out in a run play, and like I said, I have T. Higgins at running back. So let's say I come on a halfback stretch here. My opponent, and like I said, it's 4th and 1, or if it's on the goal line, your opponent, they're probably likely to come out in some form of, like, run defense. So middle of the field, you might not see goal line, but if it's on the goal line, you might actually see goal line. And something that's super easy that you can do. Actually, I'm just gonna move this ball up here to be a 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Or excuse me, goal to go situation. But now that we have a third receiver at running back, I can now just come out in 11 personnel sets. So I can audible out to like something empty like this here, and now I have a one-on-one across the middle. Or set up your route combo, do whatever you want to do here, but you can throw that across the middle, and now you have a free like easy yards to pick up. But like I said, you can also do this like in the middle of the field, and like I said, because this is 11 personnel, you can audible to those other more normal like base offenses. So I run a lot of Y off trips close. So if my opponent, they're in a run defense that I don't like, I can audible to my favorite pass play and go ahead and pick up 2 yards here. But you can get even more creative with this. So if I go in here and let's say I switch my depth chart and I go over to gadget once again, instead of having T. Higgins in here, if I want to put a tight end in there, I can throw Mark Andrews there, right? So maybe I don't have the intentions to run the ball with him, although you definitely could. We have our gadget at halfback, but what is this personnel now? Now this is 12 personnel. So I can go ahead and run something like this, come out in that same formation, and now instead of audibling to something like the 11 personnel sets, I now have access to all of my 2 tight end sets. So I can go ahead, I can audible over to gun deuce close, do something like this here. But overall, I just thought this was a really cool tip, and I haven't really seen many people talking about it. But I think this allows a lot of creativity when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. And I just want you to go through all of your formations, go through your playbook, and just look for all of these different concepts. So another thing you can do is, if you really want to get crazy with it, and then this next one is less centered around the gadget position. But if you ever want to get even more creative, just think about the different positions that you can put people at. So you can't put halfbacks at tight end, but you can put halfbacks at fullback. And then there's a lot of sets or packages you can choose to put your fullback at tight end. But remember, we're just going to put our starting running back as our starting fullback. And now I'm going to be able to, in certain formations, put my running back at tight end. So if I come out in something like this, Y off trips close, and you see I go to my packages, I'm able to choose this fullback wing package. And remember who I put at fullback? I put Chase Brown, who is my starting running back there. So now I have Chase Brown at tight end. So he's fast, and I didn't really set up a play there, but you guys get the idea. So I recommend just looking through your entire playbook and just thinking about some ways you can get creative. So we saw that fullback at tight end. I'm not sure if you can do that out of bunch or bunch offset, but just go through your favorite formation and go ahead and like just check out who you can put where. So the ones I like to do, I just showed you. So that gadget halfback one is really cool if you put a receiver as your gadget, and you can also go ahead and put your fullback, or excuse me, your halfback at tight end essentially. So those are the main 2 that I like to go to, and it really just allows me to get creative in the red zone, get creative in those short yardage situations, and keep your opponent off guard, because a lot of times they're just looking at the formation you come out in. They're not looking at the personnel. Although it does tell you the personnel that your opponent is come out in, a lot of times people are not looking at that. So keep that in mind. Go ahead and get in the lab. Tell me if you guys in the comments if you guys find anything creative in your offense. Tell me what playbook you're in, what formation you're in. But overall, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.